ever tasted the cool mint of a Girl Scout Thin Mint cookie? What about the gooey caramel and sweet coconut of a Samoa? They're delicious, right? Well, have you ever given any thought to where some of the ingredients found in these cookies might come from? Palm oil is one of these ingredients, and it is found mostly in palm tree plantations that are grown in Southeast Asia. Palm oil is used for many different things. One of its uses is as a binding agent for cosmetics, and it's also commonly found in baked goods such as our cookies in order to prevent spoiling and crumbling. But its use has many environmental and human effects that really should be considered. Environmentally, millions of acres of rainforest ground has been cleared in order to make way for more palm tree plantations to be grown. In 2015, the Wall Street Journal had an article written by Saeed Al-Mahmoud that was quoted as saying, "The demand for palm oil has surged in recent years, making it the most consumed vegetable oil in the world." So, how do we handle this surge? Who harvests the palm oil? Oftentimes, human trafficking is involved in bringing in enough workers for these plantations, and sometimes migrant workers come from their homeland where there's not enough work available for them, seeking a better future for themselves and their families. But what they find is that when they get to the plantation, the conditions are not what was promised to them. Oftentimes, the contractors in charge of these plantations will hold their passports, although in Malaysia that practice is illegal. And when their passports are held, that forces them to stay there. They are then undocumented workers without their passports and cannot travel to any other plantation or anywhere else that has better conditions. A Bangladeshi man was quoted as saying that workers are bought and sold like cattle, and another said that 30% of his week's wages were taken when he took 1 hour off for Friday Muslim prayers. These are definitely not good conditions. So what can be done? Well, two young Girl Scouts, Madison Vorva and Rhiannon Tomtishin, discovered the devastating effects of non-sustainable palm oil harvesting on orangutans when they were doing research for a service project. And they made it their mission to bring some awareness to this and to try to make things better. According to James Ng of NBC News, environmentalists say that the illegal clearing of rainforests in Southeast Asia to make room for palm oil plantations has pushed the orangutans to the brink of extinction and threatens other native animals. Also in 2011, the manager of product sales for Girl Scouts USA, Amanda Haymaker, was quoted as saying that palm oil is an important product to the world's food supply, so we believe that promoting sustainable manufacturing principles is the most responsible thing for Girl Scouts USA. Each Girl Scout is expected to live by a code of conduct, and that code of conduct has a couple different parts. The first part is the Girl Scout promise here, but then the second part is the Girl Scout law, and it goes into a little more depth. Here towards the bottom, two of the line items that Girl Scouts are expected to live by are to use resources wisely and to make the world a better place. So those two young Girl Scouts, they sought to do both those things by bringing awareness to unsustainable palm oil practices in harvesting. So a person might ask, where is the fight for sustainable palm oil use in 2015? Well, in the same NBC News article by Ng, Girl Scouts directed their bakers to use as little palm oil as possible in their baking and to only look to use of palm oil if there were no other alternatives that could be found. And they wanted their bakers to move to total sustainable palm oil use by 2015. Little Brownie Bakers, one of the bakers for Girl Scout cookies, has chosen to display the Mass Balance RSPO certified palm oil logo on their boxes of Girl Scout cookies. And they're doing this to show a commitment to the production of sustainable palm oil. And they put these on their boxes starting in 2014-2015. So in conclusion, we can do our part. Sustainability means ensuring that something lasts a long time by not using it completely up. Juliette Gordon-Low, the founder of Girl Scouts, was quoted as saying that the work of today is the history of tomorrow, and we are its makers. We can make an effort to limit our consumption of products that contain palm oil in order to bring a better future for rainforests, orangutans, and ourselves.